Hey, welcome to The Process. My name is Dr. John Bush. This is episode or lesson 54, Team Focus on the Chargers and the Rams. This is all designed to help you win your fantasy football drafts, give you a good shot to take your league this year. We have been doing team focus, 2 teams at a time. Please start at the beginning if you're brand new. If you're not, then you know I have a series of metrics and I go through and hammer those out, and we make some initial observations and some concepts that I think about and some early conclusions as to what I may or may not be doing in redrafts. That said, let me continue my journey. This is the Chargers, AFC West. The position is quarterback, running back, tight end, wide receiver. 2016 to 20. This is the fantasy point averages for each position. So that's all quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, etc. So it's not just the QB1 or the RB1. It's everybody. Okay, just a grand view. And the total, grand total for 5 years is sitting there. And is with most teams these days, wide receivers are going to generate the most points. And in this case, running backs are second. And we will see what that means. The circles is the 5-year top. So let's talk about quarterback. And Bear gave us the best we've seen, better than Rivers, all of it in the last 5 years, almost 400 points. That is a good thing. And I guess that, to me, feels like we're starting to hit a roll here with him. So that's good. Looking forward to his career continuing. The running backs fell down. Eckler was hurt, so we did have a decrease from the 2019 top at 555 back now to 427, which is not bad. Not bad at all, but it was a decline. So if Eckler can stay healthy, one would predict we might go back above 500. So I guess not a regression, but an progression up past the average there. So I'm looking forward to that. And tight end, Hunter Henry did do pretty good, but he's gone, and I really not sure what we're going to get at the tight end position. I guess that's the biggest unknown for me personally. Wide receivers, Keenan Allen, what can I say? You can tell in 19 he was hurt. 18 and 20 he sprang back with others. So I expect a nice continuation. I don't know if we'll top the top at 2018, but we just want a continuation of what we saw in 2020. No reason to think that other than, you know, Allen is getting a little bit older, so we'll see how all that goes. But right now, I guess looking in, I'm thinking nice passing and pass catching running back kind of concept is what I'm thinking the gameplay is. Looking across the 5 years here, we have different colors for years, and the latest is 2020, and we see that Bear gave us an increase up there, and that's a good thing. Somebody was hurt. Eckler was hurt, so I'm hoping to see a rebound closer to here. We'll see. Tight ends is the mystery. That's the mystery. I guess I should use a different color. Is the mystery, yes. And wide receivers a little bit down, but I'm expecting, a nice passing situation out of the Chargers. They can rush and they can pass. One day soon they're going to be more contenders than usual. This may be that year. They had a nice 2020 as far as rushing and passing attempts. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they progress. But they could do better than you think this year. So I am optimistic about just kind of the team overall. 5-year usage versus 2020 usage. I like to see how teams have been using their positions, and wide receivers are below 40, so that's always an issue. But 36 is not bad, but it's not great either. Running backs, 5 years been almost 30%, but of course last year we took a dive, about 3% down, and the quarterback and the tight end kind of made that up. Wide receivers stayed usage-wise about the same. So Justin Hebert here, I think he's going 5th round. That seems right. So I don't think that's a bargain, but I don't think that is a tragedy. If you are a believer in the team, I always look for bargains, so I'll probably look. Eckler's going around the turn, maybe 12th in redraft, maybe a little later in best ball. Certainly RB2 is not out of the question. If you did a running back at the turn, people have been doing that. You might get a Chubb and an Eckler if that's what you're thinking. Certainly in standard leagues, having 2 running backs at the turn is not the worst thing. I think Justin Jackson, he's almost free at 14th round. I'm thinking that's a mistake, and I'm looking to take him certainly in round 14, might even take him in round 13. So I am cautiously bullish on him as far as, I'm not saying he's number 1. I'm just saying at the 14th round, to me, that's an overlay. That's a bargain. Jared Cook is the tight end. He's getting long in the tooth, but the Chargers do like their tight end. He's going in the round 13. He might be a slippery tight end 2 for you, or a streaming option. So he's not my tight end 1, but in best ball, I'm taking him as tight end 2. So Keenan Allen's 3rd round seems about right. You weigh in some of the age factors and he has a lot of wear and tear on him, had some injuries. That seems right. Williams and Josh Palmer, so they really don't like Williams if they're rating Palmer close to Williams. I guess I would, in best ball, take a freebie on Palmer just to roll the dice. I'm not sure I'm fishing in these late wide receiver ponds, but as somebody said, we got to have some people catching. I don't know. I don't know if we've seen the wide receiver 2 yet. Maybe Williams, but he was inconsistent, and my spider sense is not really tingling here. So I'm guessing short passes to Eckler and Cook in the red zone, and Keenan Allen stretching or doing some slot work. Yeah. So I think the Chargers have key players, but I don't know the depth of this team. So if somebody gets hurt, Eckler, Herbert, Cook, Allen, the team I do not think will be competitive. So they're kind of sitting precariously. Everybody's got to stay healthy for all the pieces to work. This is an interesting team. They have a high ceiling but a low floor. So a lot of uncertainty here. So I think Eckler's fine. Justin Jackson seems like a bargain. Cook seems like a potential tight end 2 bargain streaming. Keenan Allen seems fair. I'm not sure I'm taking the other 2 wide receivers at that point. That's kind of my overview here of the Chargers. But if things hold together, they could surprise in that conference. Here is the 5-year differences here. Anything above that red line is positive, so the quarterback's improved, the tight ends a little bit, the wide receivers a little bit. The blue is 5-year usage. Red was 2020 usage, so we had a decline with Eckler being hurt there. So almost hitting all above the 5-year average for 3 of the 4 positions. Not a lot of teams do that. So that's another thing that, reading the tea leaves, I'm thinking if they can hold it together with no injuries, this can be an interesting team. Okay, I'm not sure if I was near a place to maybe do a little wager or 2, I might take a small stab here at this to at least make the playoffs. Okay, the Rams. NFC West position 2016 to 20. The grand total rushing and passing, nice passing, 20, almost 3,000. That's really, 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 can I say this, really good. So wide receivers are, as a group, really doing well. So the quarterback had the golden year 2018. I think that is the problem for the Rams, and that's going to continue. We'll see what happens. They may have found their running back, but of course they added, I think, Drake to the issue. So with Jacobs, the golden era was 17 and 18, so we were about average last year. So I don't know. I guess as a position, we might see an increase, but I don't know if that doesn't cut both. Depends on when you can pick them up. Waller, the tight end, I think did well, and he is a tight end 1. I think the Rams showed that they were going to their tight end early and off, and you can see 19 and 20 have really stepped it up over the 5 years, and I expect that to continue that journey. And at the same time, the wide receivers have done well. 2018 was just 750. It was just spectacular. And 2020 was 630, which is not bad. So I think the running backs are going to kind of maybe cut each other a little bit. And I believe Waller's the tight end 1, and the running backs the wide receivers, you might be able to get some bargains here. Here's a 5-year look. Quarterback was down a little bit from the top. Running backs better than 19, but not as good as the best years. Waller, you can see, really has moved it up to this level. Nice. Wide receivers doing well, but not. We're so high in 18 and even 19 that 2020 looks like it's a regression. It's really not. That's a nice number here, above 600. So just, they were doing so well, it looks bad, but it's I know figures can lie a little bit, and I think that's what we got there. Positional average. The quarterback is 21%, 5-year, and the running backs and wide receivers above that magic 40. I love that. Love that. So the Raiders position-wise, I'm sorry, Los Angeles Rams, my bad. Running and passing. I think they're that quarterback, and they had to go out and get somebody. So I think that's going to change with who we've got. But 2020, the quarterback and running back declined. The tight end, of course, Waller went up, and the running wide receiver stayed the same. Bringing Stafford in, I believe, best move ever. He's a little long in the tooth. He's 8th round. I think he's definitely my late round quarterback target. That's a nice price for him. He's doing well, and I think this team is going to be rocking and rolling with Stafford. Okay. Akers and Henderson. Akers seems fair. Henderson seems like a nice play at almost the 11th round. I think I would definitely take him as a viable handcuff. Yep, if I have Akers, or even if I don't. Certainly in best ball. Higbee, I'm sorry. Why did I say Waller? Okay, sorry, my bad. Higbee. Higbee, 12 is a good price, almost 13. I would take him as a late tight end 1. He has shown flashes. Okay, with Stafford likes him, and folks, that's a good price. Take him at around 11. That's a good price. Woods and Kupp, they're almost the same player, different skills. So they actually cut into each other. 4th and 5th seems fair. Jefferson may be the injury handcuff and worth almost a free pick in redraft and best ball. I think I would definitely take him and try to grab Woods or Kupp. I believe Stafford's going to roll this up a little bit, and we're going to have a really great season. I think they're going to come out shooting here, guns blazing, and Stafford's tough. And I've admired his tenacity over the years. The running game is a little tricky. Cam Akers, maybe he improves, maybe. But I'm looking for tight end and wide receiver productions. So anyway, I'm still upset that I was thinking I confused the Rams and the Raiders. My bad. Okay, let me chop off a pinky and to show that I'm contrite about my lessons. But anyway, you could go back and re-listen, and instead of when I say Waller, throw Higbee in there. I like Higbee at his price. I think that's a bargain. Akers seems fair. Henderson's a good handcuff. Woods or Kupp, grab one, whichever one's cheaper. I guess it's Kupp, and Jefferson as the injury, because Stafford is going to be passing, and if Woods or Kupp is hurt, Jefferson instantly becomes a wide receiver 2 type, big time. So he's probably free. So I would take him as well. That's my strategy, I believe. Looking at the differences, and if we look at the 0, pretty much Higbee and the tight ends did well. Everybody else kind of did the same or declined a little bit. I think Stafford's going to change the mathematics of this game with the Rams. Okay, so my little finger's bleeding now. Chopped it off. Sorry, Raiders fans. Didn't want to insult you, or the Rams fans. Okay. I think that's my 10-cent tour, and I say that a lot. That's fine. You're paying 0 cents for this, and I appreciate you listening. This is the process. This is how I do my journey. Okay, so come back, continue with the next 2 teams. and we'll go from there. Woo woo.